Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, another one of the president's political enemies facing criminal charges, the urgent airlifts in Alaska, and the 40-something face-off in football. Breaking news for our viewers in the West. President Trump's former national security advisor arriving at court just moments ago to face criminal charges. The third time in 3 weeks the Justice Department has indicted one of the president's political enemies.
I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy.
John Bolton now facing 18 felony counts for alleged illegal transmission and retention of classified information. This morning, what he could face. Pierre Thomas is live at the court.
Urgent evacuations overnight. The largest airlift in Alaska history underway. Families, children, after devastating massive storm surge washed away homes. The 100-mile-per-hour winds fueled by a typhoon. Hundreds still waiting to be rescued this morning.
Breaking overnight, a new strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat, and the U.S. military with a show of force near Venezuela with B-52 bombers and special operations helicopters. Martha Raddatz is here.
High stakes face-to-face. President Trump set to welcome Ukrainian President Zelensky to the White House as he plans a new summit with Vladimir Putin. What Trump is saying about getting those two leaders together and giving American Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine.
Chilling new video.
Bye. Keanu here.
Police investigating this footage showing the man they believe is the suspect in the disappearance of Kata Scott as authorities race to find the 23-year-old who vanished nearly 2 weeks ago.
Facing the music. New details on a man charged with stealing Beyonce's unreleased music, tour plans, and more.
Is your cinnamon safe? Why the FDA is expanding the cinnamon recall to 16 brands.
Breaking overnight. Legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley passing away at 74. Remembering one of the founders of the explosive larger-than-life act and a talented solo artist.
And back in the groove in a battle for the ages.
Flacco down the sideline, caught!
40-year-old Joe Flacco leading the Bengals to a last-second win, outdueling 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Anything can happen on the field and in our studio. Wait until you see who's here.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. That was a great game last night.
Oh, yeah.
What they call the Icy Hot Bowl.
The Icy Hot Bowl was on fire.
Yeah, they're both probably icing up right now, a little sore. But last night's great game. And we teased about a guest.
Yeah.
Want to see who it is? I'm going to tell you who it is. Our special guest is Stephen A. Smith. And
Cheers.
And looking forward to that. We have a lot to talk to him about this morning.
Yeah, he might have a few opinions to share.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll check in with him later on. Also, never too early to start thinking about your Thanksgiving feast. Rhiannon Alley is wading in deep on this assignment. There she is.
So deep in the bog, and we are all in on the holiday food forecast. We're going to tell you what's going to cost you more this year and where you can save.
But we begin with former National Security Advisor John Bolton, who served in the first Trump administration, indicted by a federal grand jury on multiple counts of mishandling classified information. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is at the federal courthouse in Greenbelt, Maryland. Good morning, Pierre.
Well, good morning, Michael. Bolton, who just arrived at the courthouse behind me, now faces a long list of charges that put him in severe legal jeopardy. And he's now the third enemy of President Trump to be indicted after former FBI Director James Comey and the Attorney General of New York were recently hit with charges. This morning, President Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, indicted by a federal grand jury on 18 felony counts for alleged illegal transmission and retention of classified information. The third time in 3 weeks the Justice Department has pursued criminal charges against one of President Trump's political enemies.
I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, right?
Bolton indicted for allegedly emailing more than 1,000 pages of information about his activities as National Security Advisor to 2 members of his family in the form of diary-like entries. Overnight, Bolton pushing back hard, declaring the indictment retribution and an abuse of power, writing, "These charges are not just about his focus on me or my diaries, but his intensive effort to intimidate his opponents to ensure that he alone determines what is said about his conduct." Adding, Trump embodies what Joseph Stalin's head of secret police once said, "You show me the man, and I'll show you the crime." In August, federal agents searched Bolton's home in Maryland and office in Washington. The president insisted he knew nothing about it.
I purposely don't want to really get involved in it. I'm not a fan of John Bolton.
Prosecutors say after Bolton left office, a cyber actor believed to be associated with Iran hacked his personal email and obtained those diaries. Biden administration officials asked Bolton about the alleged hack, but the indictment claims the former National Security Advisor made no mention about any potential classified information involved. Prosecutors say documents found in Bolton's home range from sensitive to top secret and include details about a future attack by an adversarial group in another country, and details about a foreign adversary's missile launch plans, as well as plans of a covert action by the U.S. government. Bolton's attorneys say the information was not classified and that no crimes were committed.
I am confident that there's no national security information, no classified information in the book. I didn't intend to write anything that revealed classified information.
Make no mistake, Bolton is under serious legal threat. Each of those 18 counts carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison. So if convicted, he could face decades in prison. Rebecca?
Yeah, very serious there, Pierre. Thank you. We're going to turn now to the urgent evacuations in storm-battered Alaska. Hundreds of residents in remote, low-lying native villages are being airlifted to safety there. And Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman joins us with the latest. And Matt, hundreds are still waiting to be rescued this morning.
That's right, Rebecca. And that storm may have hit over the weekend, but officials in Alaska overnight told me that this rescue operation will take them days longer and that there are, yes, many hundreds of people left to be evacuated, some in Coast Guard helicopters like the ones behind me, but also by the Alaska National Guard.
Overnight, hundreds of residents in storm-blasted western Alaska airlifted to safety. People plucked from their flood-ravaged homes across an enormous remote area. The largest airlift in Alaska history follows this weekend's massive storm surge and 100-mile-per-hour winds fueled by Typhoon Halgong, washing entire parts of towns into the Bering Sea, and it has left 1 person dead and 2 missing so far. More than 6 feet of water in some parts.
It sounded like a lot of stuff was just hitting the house. Everything in my house was shaking.
In the town of Kipnuk, this drone video shows what now looks like a muddy bog. Elsewhere, piles of homes and boardwalk mashed together. Remote coastal towns hit the hardest, most residents forced to evacuate to Anchorage. The Alaska Air National Guard packing about 300 residents into the C-17, including children, the elderly, and these dogs. The C-17 touching down at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, and families pouring out, carrying those bundles, pushing the elderly in wheelchairs and onto buses to escape towns that are now uninhabitable.
It's a nightmare what we went through.
Tristan Carl watched his uncle's home swept away.
I saw my cousin and my nephew in there, and I never heard panicking or yelling like that ever before.
Glenn Charlie grateful his family's okay.
The buildings, whatnot, could be replaced, but a life cannot. Life cannot be replaced.
And one of the reasons this is such a massively complex rescue operation is the tyranny of distance in Alaska. It is 500 air miles from the affected areas to Anchorage, and officials tell me with temperatures dipping below zero in many of the affected areas, it is a race against time to get people out of those saturated homes and to find the missing.
Yes, so many complicating factors there. Matt Gutman for us. Thank you. We appreciate it. Let's get right to Ginger now with more on the extraordinary weather conditions that led to this situation in Alaska.
Yeah, it's really quite a journey. That Typhoon Halong, when it was south of Japan, was the equivalent of a Cat 4 hurricane. But then it quickly decreased in intensity. It became this kind of low pressure system, got caught up in upper level lows, and a strong jet stream pushed into southwestern Alaska. And that is what made it, on top of the Bering Sea being very warm. So here's what happened. when this region gets that push of water, like a bulldozer pushing at the coast, a record 6.5 feet plus of storm surge. So the water starts moving buildings, and that's where all that panic came from. Winds were gusting some 50 to 100 miles per hour. And guys, these communities have been warned for decades about increasing flood risk. Michael?
All right, thank you, Ginger. Now to the news strike overnight. In a U.S. show of force, our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, has the latest on the escalating situation near Venezuela. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Michael. There was a news strike on a boat in the Caribbean overnight, part of what President Trump says is his war against drug cartels. And this morning, given the massive amount of military might now in the region, it certainly looks like one.
This morning, another U.S. strike like this one on a vessel off the coast of Venezuela. A U.S. official saying this time there were survivors. It comes in the midst of a major military buildup in the region. ABC confirming that 3 nuclear-capable B-52 bombers launching from an airbase in Louisiana flew for hours in the Caribbean waters less than 90 miles from Venezuela. Some 10,000 U.S. forces now flowing into the region, including special operations helicopters, the kind used by Navy SEALs and Delta Force, those so-called Night Stalkers, now conducting exercises in the Caribbean. The most recent boat strike is at least the 6th on what the administration claims are vessels operated by drug cartels, with President Trump now authorizing CIA missions in Venezuela and threatening ground strikes as well.
We have a lot of drugs coming in from Venezuela, and a lot of the Venezuelan drugs come in through the sea, so you get to see that. But we're going to stop them by land also.
Trump blames Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro for drugs coming into the U.S. and is trying to pressure him to step down. The administration offering $50 million for information leading to his arrest and conviction on drug charges.
Maduro says his country is ready for battle, but his military is weak. And this morning, we are learning that the head of U.S. Southern Command, Admiral Alvin Holsey, who is overseeing the U.S. military buildup, is stepping down. He has been on the job for less than a year. Holsey is one of numerous senior officials who have resigned or been kicked out by Secretary Pete Hegseth since President Trump took office. No word, Rebecca, on who is replacing him.
All right, Martha, thank you. We're going to turn now to President Trump, set to meet today with Ukraine's President Zelensky, says he plans to meet face-to-face with Vladimir Putin again to discuss ending the war. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, has the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Rebecca. Well, as President Trump today prepares to meet with President Zelensky here in the Oval Office, Trump now says he also plans to meet again with Russian President Putin soon, too. It's been 2 months since their face-to-face in Alaska failed to make headway, and Russia has only escalated its attack since then, overnight, striking Zelensky's hometown. But after speaking yesterday on the phone for over 2 hours, Trump announced that he and Putin plan to meet again in the coming weeks, this time in Hungary. Pressed on why he thinks this meeting will be any different than the last one, Trump said only that their Alaska summit, quote, set the stage for this meeting. Now, this announcement does present a curveball to Ukraine. It comes as Zelensky has been asking Trump for Tomahawk missiles capable of striking deep inside Russia, and Trump has suggested he's open to it. But he also said he discussed it with Putin on the phone yesterday, who, not surprisingly, doesn't like this idea. It all raises questions about whether Putin's decision to commit to another meeting is just an effort to buy more time or a good faith effort to reach peace. Michael?
Yeah, we'll see if anything comes of another meeting. Thank you so much for that, Mary. We're going to turn now to an alert from the FDA. They are expanding the cinnamon recall to 16 brands. Our Morgan Norwood is here with the details for us. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning to you, Michael. Really concerning here. So if you're spicing up breakfast or baking this weekend, listen up. This is something to definitely check out. The FDA is expanding its cinnamon recall now to 16 brands after tests found elevated levels of lead in some ground cinnamon brands. That includes Wise Wife, Dura, Heyte, Roshni, and they're sold at your stores like Dollar Tree and Save-A-Lot. Now, the FDA says this kind of exposure can be especially dangerous for kids and pregnant women. It affects brain development and behavior over time. So far, though, the good news is that no reported illnesses, but the agency is urging families to check those labels and throw out any recalled products. You can find the full list of brands on the FDA's website. Whit.
All right, Morgan, thank you for that. We appreciate it. Turning now to Thursday night football and the matchup overnight that some fans have dubbed the Icy Hot Bowl. 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers facing off against the Bengals' 40-year-old Joe Flacco and 39-year-old Sam Champion joining us here with the highlights this morning.
I didn't mean to laugh like that.
Right?
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Sam.
Michael, that was a little aggressive.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
39 years ago. All right, so both of our golden quarterbacks putting up numbers like they're in the prime of their careers, and they could be. Flacco, who was traded to Cincinnati just last week, got the Bengals out to a first-half lead. He threw for 342 yards, guys, and 3 touchdowns, including this one to T. Higgins. Now, Rodgers had a chance to work some of his magic as well, throwing his 4th touchdown of the night. This 68-yard strike, that's a good arm to Pat Freiermuth, who just over 2 minutes left to play. Now, that turned out to be perfect time for Flacco. He marched the Bengals down the field, setting up this game-winning field goal with just seconds left to give the Bengals guys the 33-31 win, squeaky, over their division rivals. Now, some people think we are making too much out of this age thing, but the players themselves were even talking about it at the mic. Defensive tackle Cameron Hayward taking to the microphone saying, the oldest quarterback's playing this week, let's go. So does age even matter in football anymore? And I feel like I'm setting up one of those, conversations with the pros like Michael and Stephen A. Smith somewhere.
What?
Stephen A. Smith?
Perhaps.
Well, you kind of got it mixed up. You said pros. There's like one pro in Stephen A. Smith. But he has a lot of opinions about it. I love Stephen A. That's my guy, so I can say that.
So let's go ahead and bring him in.
He's here. He's here. In the house. Say that.
We're going to turn from the Icy Hot Bowl to the games coming up this weekend. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Great to see
you.
Hello, how you doing, pro? I had better nights because I'm a Steelers fan, and obviously I'm not happy at all with what I saw from them. I expected better from them, but there's this dude by the name of Jamar Chase who is the real deal. 16 receptions for 161 yards. He was spectacular. I knew coming into the game they wouldn't be able to stop him. I just thought they would be able to stop everybody else.
Right.
And they didn't. And as a result, they lost.
There's another big game coming up this weekend you're looking forward to as well.
I'm looking forward to the Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Minnesota Vikings. The Philadelphia Eagles are the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. They're on a 2-game losing streak. There's a lot. I don't want to use the word acrimony as if, folks don't like each other or anything like that, but they're just not on the same page. First 4 games of the season when they were undefeated, they were running the football a lot. The last 2 games during the losing streak, they've thrown the ball 71 times, ran it 31 times. They don't look like they know what their identity is.
Okay.
They got a new offensive coordinator, a guy that never really called plays before, and he's a first-year offensive coordinator. I don't understand how that works, but somehow, some way, this is what happens. This is what. See, Michael loves laughing at me.
So you're in for the Vikings.
No, I think the Eagles are going to end their losing streak, and they're going to win this weekend.
Much more with Stephen A. Smith in our next hour. Talking more than just football, right? A little bit of everything.
Thank goodness.
A little bit of everything. You heard it right there. Coming up on GMA, Rhiannon Alley is at a cranberry bog in Massachusetts with some Thanksgiving news. You're really in there, Rhiannon. Good morning.
I'm in here deep. Yes, Thanksgiving is all about family and, of course, what's on the menu. With grocery prices soaring, you might be surprised to find you can get some good deals on some Turkey Day staples. We'll have details from inside a cranberry bog coming up.
Stay there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to GMA. That's Kiss with their mega hit Rock and Roll All Night. Let's bring back the memory. And this morning we're remembering founding member and legendary lead guitarist Ace Frehley. We're going to have much more just ahead about him.
It's tribute to pouring in. But first, new at 7:30, a judge has ordered federal immigration officers in Chicago to wear body cameras following clashes between agents and protesters. More than 1,000 arrests have been made as part of the Trump administration's Chicago immigration crackdown since September. Also, we have the latest on the suspect accused of stealing hard drives full of unreleased Beyonce music. Kelvin Evans is facing a 2-count indictment on charges of criminal trespass and robbing a car. Beyonce was about to start the Atlanta dates of her Cowboy Carter tour in early July when her choreographer reported a break-in of his rental car in an Atlanta parking garage. Police have not said whether they're close to recovering Beyonce's music. Evans has not yet entered a plea.
Wild story there. And the Dodgers are 1 win away from going back to the World Series. LA took the lead in the 6th inning and held on to beat the Brewers. They go for the sweep tonight, and the American League Championship Series is all tied up. The Blue Jays beat the Mariners overnight. Game 5 is in Seattle tonight.
All right, be a big game. We're going to turn now to the search for answers in the disappearance of Kata Scott, who vanished nearly 2 weeks ago in Philadelphia. Faith Abube is here with the latest, including a chilling new video that's this morning that's now part of the investigation. Good morning, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, Michael. That video was posted on TikTok. A woman claiming it shows a man trying to break into her house. Police telling ABC News that they believe that the man you're about to see in that video is the suspect, now charged with kidnapping Kata Scott.
Bye. Keon out here.
This morning, police investigating this video showing who they believe to be Keon King, the suspect connected to the disappearance of 23-year-old nursing assistant Kata Scott, a man seen peeking through the window from outside in the yard. It's unclear when or where this video was taken. Now, the race against time to find Scott, who police say vanished mid-shift while working at this assisted living facility in Philadelphia nearly 2 weeks ago.
We need to find Miss Scott, figure out where she is, or what may have happened to her to cause her to completely disappear from all her items, her phone.
Authorities say they believe Scott was last in contact with 21-year-old King, arrested and charged with kidnapping and recklessly endangering another person, and is being held on a $2.5 million bail. Investigators say before Scott disappeared, she told relatives she was being harassed, though it has yet to be determined if the person harassing her was King. But officials say their suspect does have a pattern of similar crimes.
He did have a previous case. It was a 2025 case for very similar conduct, strangulation and kidnapping. That case had been withdrawn by our office based on the witness failing to appear at court. I pulled that file, and after an extensive review of it, our office made the decision to refile those charges.
Investigators relying on tips from the public, crediting one of those tips with helping to find the suspect's car. Scott's family not giving up hope, urging anyone with information to speak up.
If you have any information, small, large, minuscule, please reach out to the Philadelphia Police Department and let them know that may be the piece that they're looking for. We all miss her. We want her home.
And again, that suspect is facing kidnapping charges, even as police continue looking for Kata. He's being held on a $2.5 million bond. He has not entered a plea, but guys, we've reached out to his attorney for comment.
Yeah, hopefully they can get some answers very soon. Faith, thank you for that. We turn now to one of the founding members of KISS, Ace Frehley, passing away at 74 years old. Frehley was the lead guitarist for the band. And Sam, you have more on what we know and his legacy.
Don't get me started on how great the 70s were. Let's go. All right, we all know and love, even the TikTok generation, some of these big hits from one of the most popular acts, like the 70s glam rock, and we're talking about KISS, rock and roll all night long. Ace and KISS continued to play together off and on for decades, but Ace Frehley was also a solo artist, and he made a big impact.
This morning, rock and roll losing a legend. Ace Frehley, the original guitarist for KISS, passing away Thursday at the age of 74. A Bronx, New York native, considered one of the greatest heavy metal guitarists of all time. Known as the Spaceman around the world and a founding member of the theatrical glam rock band KISS, with larger-than-life personas and even bigger hair, their full face paint, and distinctive black and white costumes all set them apart, and they took the world by storm. Frehley broke away from the band in 1982 before reuniting in 1996, but departed the group for a final time in 2002, setting out on his solo career. The rocker recently hospitalized after falling in his studio, announcing last week that he was canceling the remainder of his 2025 tour dates due to some ongoing medical issues. A cause of death has not been revealed. Overnight, his former band members paying tribute to Fraley, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons saying, "We are devastated by the passing of Ace Frehley. He was an essential and irreplaceable rock soldier during some of the most formative foundational chapters of the band and its history. He is and always will be a part of Kiss's legacy." His family releasing this statement. "In his last moments, we were fortunate enough to have been able to surround him with loving, caring, peaceful words, thoughts, prayers, and intentions as he left this earth."
Such an impact, Ace, and no one ever really even tried to duplicate them or copy them. Founding member.
True guitar hero for so many. Sam, thanks for bringing us that story. This Thanksgiving less than 6 weeks away, and it is, I say, never too early to start thinking about that big dinner. And Rhiannon Alley is in the heart of cranberry country with the latest. Good morning, Rhiannon. We are loving you in this bog this morning.
Good morning, guys. Yes, Thanksgiving is in the air here at this cranberry bog because it is harvest season. They're going to harvest these cranberries today, and they have told me that it has been a great season for cranberries, so you might be able to find some good deals. And there are other Turkey Day favorites you'll also be able to find good deals on.
This morning, get ready to gobble up these great meal deals coming your way just in time for Turkey Day.
Thanksgiving is next month. Don't wait until the last minute to start shopping.
You are hosting this year. Now is the time to start getting those plans and things in order.
Aldi's introducing a $40 Thanksgiving Day meal, which feeds 10 people, a $7 price decrease over last year.
That means 10 people can eat for $4. You get a turkey, you get cranberry sauce, you get sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, like you name it, you get it.
At BJ's, members who spend $150 or more on all the fixins can take home a free fresh or frozen Butterball turkey with their purchases. And Costco offering a full feast that feeds 8 people for only $42.
This is a huge piece of turkey that's seasoned with stuffing at the bottom, green beans, butter, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, butter. This thing is so heavy.
The American Farm Bureau Federation says economic factors and disease challenges have driven up wholesale turkey prices 40% this year.
Overall, grocery bills are up. Just the price of meat is up. The price of, other commodities are up. And this is why retailers are putting promotions on for Thanksgiving staples earlier than they typically would to help people spread out that spend.
Even fast food franchises like Popeyes are jumping into the Thanksgiving sweepstakes.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's a big bird.
Offering an 11 to 13 pound Cajun-style turkey, which feeds 8 to 10 people, available for $54.99 in the restaurant.
And other retailers like Target and Kroger are expected to release their deals in the coming days. I want to give a special thanks to Hartley Family Farms for having us here in their cranberry bog. It's been such a fun morning. It has been a little bit cold in this water, not going to lie, and I think the crew guys has been a little bit worried that I'm going to fall flat in the water, but so far so good.
Okay, Rhiannon, you were holding this up. You were handling it so well, and you look great out there. I promise. This hopefully this will be your last bog experience, but a good bog experience, Rhiannon. Thank you.
Now, GMA, if you're looking for in our play of the day, a happier, longer life, the key may be in your passion. Our friend Nina Pineda from New York station WABC is right here this morning to share a story of a woman who's been in business and had a long, remarkable life, longer than anyone I know has been alive.
Exactly. And you know what? Good morning. Good morning. Explorers have searched the planet for the Fountain of Youth. Could it be in New Jersey? Could it really? This woman may be the testament to finding the secret to longevity. She started working at 17 during World War II. Wow. Rosie the Riveter built medical equipment for the Army, raised a family, bought a store in 1964, has been going ever since.
Every week you can find Ann Angeletti on the move, buzzing around the Diamond District.
Everything good?
Okay. She's still bargaining.
Make it a better price, Benjamin.
I love you. You always ask for a better price.
And she's always looking out for her customers.
Make it straight. Don't forget, I'm 100.
101 to be exact, but who's counting? This is a lady who was 80 20 years ago and continues to run her own business, Curiosity Jewelry in Cresskill, with her daughter and granddaughter.
If I retire, I would die.
How many days a week do you come to work?
6. My store is open 5 days. And Monday, I go into the city.
So we asked the secret to her success. Rule number 1, self-care.
You must shower. You must eat. You must take care of yourself.
And don't forget to find your happiness.
If you don't like what you're doing, then change.
That love for what she does keeps her going one foot in front of the other.
Make the most of that day.
She's one tough cookie.
I'm happy working every day.
Of course, we were not leaving without asking what she eats, exercise, skincare. She says, look at this. She enjoys a nice cold beer at least a few times a week.
Wow.
Spoonful of olive oil with her oatmeal every day.
Right.
Apple cider vinegar before it was a thing. And 1 egg daily with the yolk. 110 toe touches every day. As for the moisturizer, anything from the dollar store. Never spent more than $1 on moisturizer head to toe, she said, right out of the shower.
I love her. What an inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Because she's got the fire, like still has the fire. You can see her. So wait a minute, let's go back over the skincare routine because she has amazing skin.
Yeah, she's very vibrant. You know, she has 15 great-grandchildren. She told me that she is inspired by you, Sam. She was very, very aware that you left and came back. She wants a signed picture that she's going to put next to the one of Perry Como. She said she's been watching you for years.
All right, okay. All right, let's not do math. All right, Whit, let's go.
Coming up here, our friend Stephen A. Smith standing by. We'll be back in a moment.
Sorry, Sam.
Sam, you're 30 years old, man.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking news for our viewers in the West. President Trump's former national security advisor arriving at court just moments ago to face criminal charges. The third time in 3 weeks the Justice Department has indicted one of the president's political enemies.
I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy.
John Bolton now facing 18 felony counts for alleged illegal transmission and retention of classified information. This morning, what he could face. Pierre Thomas is live at the court.
Augmented humanity, the medical breakthroughs changing lives, including gene therapy. How it helped one little girl hear for the first time.
Mission Impossible. 3 great chefs have accepted our mission.
I am making homemade carbonara, which is like love in a bowl.
They're getting saucy with us.
Learn how we make pesto with a little bit of Miami heat.
As we turn up the heat.
Be careful, we might be setting off some fire alarms.
And get ready to carbo load.
I know about popular.
And it's a very popular Friday morning to watch GMA. Kristen Chenoweth is here, telling us about her new Broadway show with the man behind the smash hit Wicked. And she's here to say, or sing,
Good morning, America. Make you popular.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Friday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. I'm gonna leave it to the expert. Our friend Kristen Chenoweth. We are so happy she's here because she is the absolute best. And Rachel Scott, another one of the best. She's helping us speed into the weekend. You see her right there having a little fun.
Yeah, Rachel off to the races there, already on her off-roading adventure in Tennessee, just like covering politics in Washington. Right? She's uniquely suited for this. It's part of our 50 states and 50 weeks tour that's ahead.
She only needs a helmet for the Tennessee job.
That's
okay,
right.
Also this morning, what you need to know about a lunchbox staple, why Smucker's is suing Trader Joe's over PB&J sandwiches. These are very, very popular with the kids. I know it well.
Yeah, they really are. But first, we're going to take a look at the top stories breaking at 8, starting with the indictment of former National Security Advisor John Bolton on multiple charges of mishandling classified information. Let's go back to our Chief Justice Correspondent Pierre Thomas at the federal courthouse in Maryland. Good morning again, Pierre.
Good morning, Michael. Bolton, who has just arrived here at court, faces a long list of charges that put him in severe legal jeopardy. And he's now the third enemy of President Trump to be indicted after former FBI Director James Comey and the Attorney General of New York were recently hit with charges. Bolton has been indicted on 18 felony counts charged with illegally retaining and sharing classified information. much of it about national defense. Prosecutors claimed that Bolton was taking copious notes while he was National Security Advisor in Trump's first term, and then putting those notes in the form of diaries. Prosecutors alleged that those notes were full of classified information. But overnight, Bolton was pushing back, saying in a statement that the indictment is nothing but retribution and an abuse of power, part of Trump's campaign to intimidate his opponents. Bolton and his attorneys claimed that he was careful not to include any classified information and that no crime has been committed. But make no mistake, Bolton is under serious legal threat. Each of those 18 counts carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in jail. So if convicted, he could face decades in prison, Rebecca.
A very serious legal threat there. Pierre, thank you. Meantime, the president announcing a plan to help expand access to in vitro fertilization, IVF, one of his campaign promises. Our senior White House correspondent, Selena Wang, has that story. Good morning, Selena.
Hey, Rebecca, good morning. So the Trump administration says it's making IVF more affordable with this plan as millions of families are struggling with infertility. The president announcing a deal with a major drug maker to lower the cost of key fertility medications. He's also pushing companies to offer insurance plans for fertility in the same way workers get vision or dental coverage. But here's the catch. It's not a mandate to cover the cost, which is what the president had promised on the campaign trail. So without enforcement or incentives, it's unclear how many employers will actually get on board, because right now only 1 in 4 large companies cover the cost of IVF. It's extremely expensive. Just one round can cost around $20,000, and many women need several cycles to get pregnant. Now, the administration estimates this new deal could save women up to $2,200 per cycle. And guys, here is the bottom line. It is the first concrete step towards the president's campaign promise, but so much here hinges on how many companies sign on and how that drug pricing deal ultimately pans out.
See how it all plays out. Selena, thank you. We appreciate it. Now to a lawsuit between two popular brands. Smucker's is suing Trader Joe's, alleging its new frozen PB&J sandwiches are too similar to Smucker's Uncrustables. Aaron Katursky has the story. You've got the display there as well. A lot of people talking about this.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly sandwich similarities would have Trader Joe's and a jam. This morning, Smucker's, maker of the popular Uncrustables, is suing Trader Joe's, accusing the grocery chain of selling an obvious copycat. The lawsuit says Trader Joe's crustless peanut buttered strawberry jam sandwiches infringe on the Uncrustables' trademarked round shape and crimped edges. The lawsuit also says the picture on the box showing a bite taken out of a sandwich is too similar to the Uncrustables box. Smucker's says it has no issue with others selling prepackaged frozen thaw-and-eat crustless sandwiches, but cannot allow Trader Joe's to mimic design and packaging that make Uncrustables a nearly billion-dollar brand. This lawsuit seeks damages, a share of Trader Joe's profits, and a court order to stop Trader Joe's from selling its version. Smucker's says it's out to stop the spread of consumer confusion caused by imitation. Now, Trader Joe's did not return our request for comment, but you can see we have both sandwiches here. Check out the shape.
Yeah, absolutely. Hand them down.
The crimp.
Very similar.
I like what you did with in a jam.
Yeah,
that was nice, Aaron.
Well, now you got to decide, Rebecca. Smucker's, these people are either crusty sticklers or appropriately biting in their criticism of Trader Joe's.
You did it all.
What do you think?
You did it all with that voice. It's such a serious way. It is a serious lawsuit, though. It's a big
I'm
business.
looking forward to the new GMA series on trademark and copyright infringement law. So this is our first installment.
There we go.
All right.
Aaron Katursky takes a bite out of crime.
I got to try those, just see, compare.
Will Reeves'
when we go
favorite.
to our break. During break. Can't do it while I'm on the air because I have a gap in my teeth. If I eat, you can see the food. All right, coming up. In our GMA Morning Menu, Will Reeve and Dr. Tara Narula are here to give us an inside look at an incredible medical breakthrough that's already changing lives.
Also ahead, Kristen Chenoweth is back on Broadway, and she is here to tell us all about her new show.
Plus, Tori Johnson is here with our Deals and Steals Fall Festival for when you're on the go, and Sam and Stephen A. are getting ready for National Pasta Day.
Rebecca, we better do this fast. I don't know what's happening right there.
Exactly.
But it's National Pasta Day. And Anthony, Alex, and George over here. Stephen A., what is that?
I have no idea, but I'll tell you this much. It's going to be action-packed with not one, not two, but 3 fresh spins on classic pasta sauces. Coming up right here.
What is that?
We got a full couch.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Joined by our guy Stephen A. Smith, everybody. Now we're going to get to our every time you say your name, it's like walking down the street. People clap and say your name.
We'll flow with it. We'll flow with it.
Yeah, go with it, man. But we're going to get to our GMA cover story and a new series we're launching this morning, Augmented Humanity. Medical breakthroughs once thought impossible are now changing people's lives. We'll read it here with a groundbreaking gene therapy that can restore hearing for some who are born deaf. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Michael. We have remarkable stories in this series. And the first one up here, imagine being born unable to hear anything. And then, thanks to one injection, suddenly hearing your mother's voice for the very first time. That's the reality now for a little girl whose story marks a huge breakthrough moment in gene therapy.
This morning, a deaf toddler hearing for the first time. With advances in gene therapy, it's a new reality. 3-year-old Opal Sandy was born deaf. Her big sister had paved the way. Nora, now 6, was also born deaf.
Both girls had no hearing whatsoever, so we're talking like big massive drums and cymbals being banged behind their heads. There was never a response, even at the very highest levels that they can test. Come on.
Both girls' deafness was caused by a faulty OTOF gene, an inherited condition linked to profound hearing loss.
It's a big surprise to us. We later found out that both me and Joe are carriers for a genetic condition which we have no idea about. I think it's pretty rare in the fact that one of us is a carrier, let alone both of us.
Big sister Nora had cochlear implants put in early on. Her doctors alerting the Sandys to a new gene therapy trial for the OTOF gene, not far from their home in the UK. Opal was the perfect candidate. In September 2023, Opal, just 11 months old, was the youngest in the world to have a gene therapy injection into her right ear. Doctors also supplying a cochlear implant into her left.
The gene therapy infusion was actually a 15-minute process. So sort of a life-changing event for us. It was a very quick procedure.
And 3 weeks after surgery, there was a surprise. Opal's cochlear implant was off, her mom Jo clapping behind her.
It was mind-blowing. I mean, even at that stage, we were really pleased because a child being able to hear really loud noises is obviously really fundamental from a safety perspective as a parent.
6 months later, she was picking up softer sounds and speech. And today, at 3 years old, she can hear normally, even without her implant in.
Opal, whose birthday is it today? Mine. And how old are you?
It's just amazing. This week, Regeneron revealed that 11 of 12 patients in this trial, including Opal, experienced, quote, clinically meaningful improvements in hearing within weeks. And the FDA also just announced that this same gene therapy has been selected as part of a brand new voucher program aimed at getting faster approval for medicines like this to help patients nationwide. Just great stuff.
It really is more remarkable. Yeah. Really incredible. ABC News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Tara Narula is joining us now. Of course, we'll sit next to you, who's going to give us more insight into gene therapy. And Dr. Narula, we see this now. This was used to restore hearing. What other things are being investigated with this type of therapy?
Michael, gene therapy is advancing so quickly, and we're seeing it for inherited disorders, acquired conditions like infections or cancers, and hopefully to treat some of the over 7,000 rare disorders or diseases that exist. There are different types of gene treatments. There's gene therapy, where you essentially add a gene editing, where you alter a gene that exists, or even gene silencing, where you turn off a gene. And as of now, the FDA has approved over 30 different types of cell and gene therapies for conditions like sickle sickle cell disease, hemophilia, thalassemia, certain cancers, leukemias, and lymphomas. Also some spinal muscular atrophy or muscular dystrophy, and even a congenital retinal disorder that causes blindness. And they are investigating it for even more conditions, things like HIV, Alzheimer's disease, certain cardiac conditions, cystic fibrosis, and immune deficiency disorders. So we are just seeing this wide advancing field. We are hoping that with AI, we will also see improvements in terms of precision and efficiency of these. Researchers are looking into improving safety and how we deliver it, but cost is still an issue, and certainly getting companies to invest in this from a research standpoint.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure pretty cost prohibitive for so many people and so many businesses. But when a gene therapy is like that, when do you think that they'll become standard treatment? And if there's someone out there, how can our viewers learn more about these trials?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we are definitely going to see this in the future. And really the idea is to catch these diseases before they ever develop, right? So you're not just treating the symptoms of the disease, you're just preventing something from happening. In terms of wanting to get involved, patients can, or people can go onto websites like clinicaltrials.gov or researchmatch.org. You can see if the trial is enrolling, what are the eligibility requirements, where are they happening. Usually will be at these advanced academic medical centers, but certainly important to get involved if you are concerned or think you may have a family member with a condition like this.
All right, Doc, thank you for your insight. And Will, thank you. Really incredible. And you're just getting started. This is just the beginning. Will's going to have more breakthroughs coming up, exoskeletons that are helping people walk, prosthetic to help people feel touch. That's all in the coming weeks. Rebecca?
All right, Michael. Yeah, these are wonderful stories. Love to see it. We're now going to turn to our 50 states in 50 weeks. And this morning, we are visiting the volunteer state. Rachel Scott is about to put the pedal to the metal at one of Tennessee's biggest adventure parks. Rachel, you've had some really good training for this story. Good morning.
Training, right? Just a little switch up in assignment. Well, good morning from Tennessee and welcome to Winrock Park. This is the largest privately owned off-roading park in the country. We are talking about 73,000 acres, 300 miles. It is beautiful. It's adrenaline packed, and we're going to hit the roads in just a few moments. But first, take a look at this.
It might be a state known for country music, but here in the picturesque mountains of East Tennessee, this is the soundtrack of life. Welcome to Winrock Park, the largest privately owned off-roading park in the nation, boasting more than 73,000 acres of gorgeous scenery along its many trails.
It's a great way for people of all ages to get into the forest and see East Tennessee's best.
Desiree and James Hebert moved here from Florida just to be near Winrock, even getting married on its stunning overlook. Now they share their love for off-roading with their 3 children.
You can't find anywhere this open and raw in the country anymore.
Feels like you get to learn more, you get to see more, and all the memories you make, just like sitting at home on your iPad and you're not making that much memories with your family.
The park also getting people revved up with its many events, like the annual Fall Jam, a spooky fan favorite happening right now.
It's just a great family event. And there was one year, all 3 of us won a trophy, and we have a picture of her. She was like 2. It was just the cutest thing ever.
Just one of the many cherished memories made here at Winrock.
We can get out in the middle of nowhere by ourselves with the family, off the iPads, and just go into nature. We just stay out here, and we love it.
All right, guys, and I'm here with Samantha Collins from Winrock. Samantha, what should every first-timer know?
This is an experience. Just get ready to experience the beautiful East Tennessee mountains.
All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I just bought my first pair of hiking boots like a couple of weeks ago. So I'm excited, I'm ready. I got my helmet on. You ready to do this?
Let's go.
Okay, let's hit it. Here we go. Oh, jeez.
Rachel, it's like the combination of laughter
ride.
and terror. Rachel, you do
Lots of trees in the way.
but she's managing to not hit one. We're really glad for
I don't
that.
know how good that seatbelt's doing. She's bouncing all around.
She's doing great. Well, yeah, the camera's a lot steadier than Rachel. Show you some deals and steals right now. We are day 5 of our fall festival, Tori. Let's get going.
We say he can do anything. We're going to see if you know how to sell a shop.
Oh my goodness.
Let's do it.
Teach me. Teach me.
So these are chomps. These are the easiest way to satisfy your cravings on the go because it's a meat stick, 10 grams of protein. No
10 grams.
sugar, 0 sugar in these. So they're great to be able to keep in your bag, keep in your lunchbox, keep in your desk drawer so that when those afternoon cravings hit, instead of grabbing the bag of chips,
when you work
grab
all day.
some protein.
So there's no sugar.
No sugar, baby.
That means you know you can eat this and you don't have to worry about the belly growing.
That's exactly
Bingo!
right.
And guess what? It's 50% off from Chomps.
Oh my Lord. I believe in that.
Sold. Stephen A, follow me.
Sold. All right, clogs. You know who knows about good footwear? Nurses, teachers, hospitality workers on their feet all day, and for 25 years they've trusted clogs. So these are the ones that have unbelievable traction on the bottom so that you're not going to slip. They've got foot cradle support in here for your arch and heel. They've got every single feature that you can imagine to have great cushioning. They have been tested for over 1,000 miles of providing that comfort.
Wow.
So these are the real deal, you guys. If you need comfortable shoes.
So comfort with style. That's what Sam likes.
There you go.
That's what Sam likes right there. Right?
There you go. That's going to be their
Any of these work for me. You got to dress it up. You got to dress it up.
All 50% off.
Okay. All right.
All right. How about that we abandon the car wash air freshener and we upgrade? Okay?
Are you kidding me? This is amazing because I hate those things.
Yeah. Okay. So this is amber and teak. I need you guys to tell me amber, teak. That's teak. This one's amber. They're both my favorite.
This right here.
Teak,
I
teak
like teak.
I
like teak.
Okay, so with these, you get a little clip like this that goes right on your visor. 3 refills like this. We've got a big variety of scents for the car.
And that's it's a magnet.
It's magnetized
so it's
right
not
on
gonna
there.
fall.
It's essential oil, so it's the real deal. And then we also have their home diffuser kit. So if you just want to just step into your car and have it smell fabulous, this one's for you. And the 3 packs are 50% off.
Excuse me, I need this today at 12 noon.
You got it.
May I get it? I need it.
I'll pocket that for you.
Please do. Thank you very much.
All right, when you need to light something,
Yes,
but you don't want to use...
Like the candle you gave.
Yes, but you don't want to use butane. This is going to allow you
What did
to
you just
light...
do? Are you a wizard, Tori?
Yeah, just turn this on. Look at that little thing right there. This is rechargeable like your cell phone.
Okay.
So no butane. These are USB lighters. They're super smart. And they're also amazing like hostess gifts because everyone can use a beautiful lighter and they're 50% off. They start at $10.
50% off, and you don't have to burn your fingers in it.
That's right.
There you go.
That's very, very important.
There you
very
go.
important.
All right.
And then finally, we've got all this amazing luggage from Hartman.
Great
Do me
brand.
a favor, lift this up right here. Lift that one up. Look at that. It's so unbelievably light.
right now, I look as strong as Michael Strahan.
Right? Exactly. So,
Just saying.
unbelievably reliable, sturdy, but it starts being lightweight. We've got the hard side plus right here. We've got a canvas collection that's brand new. We've got even more options online, but this is a name that you can trust in luggage.
Yes, it is. Been around a long time.
Not only is it 50% off because you're here, free shipping too from Hartman.
Look.
I aim to please.
We're doing deals just for you
We're doing deals,
now.
exactly.
So we have partnered Stephen A with these companies on these great products. How did you do? I think you did great. You can get them all at dealsandseals.com.
GMAdeals.com. GMAdeals.com.
It is National Pop.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Welcome back and happy National Pasta Day, everybody. We have 3 outstanding chefs who are ready to take on our Mission Impossible this morning. Anthony Bottolo from Emilio's Bellato here in New York. Yes. Celebrity chef and star of Alex vs. America on Food Network, Alec Barnacelli. And Giorgio Rapacavoli from Mayfair Grill in Miami. Yes, chefs. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to put a fresh spin on a classic pasta sauce. This pasta box will self-destruct in 5 seconds. So let's get cooking, everybody. Go. All right, Chef Anthony, my friend, I love Emilio's Bellato. One of my favorite places in the city. So we're going to start with you in the vodka sauce.
Yes.
How you put the fresh spin on it?
Okay, so
vodka sauce is very versatile. So I have sausage and peas that I'm going to add to the vodka sauce.
Now, hold on. You're going to put the sausage first. Why is that important?
Okay, so right now we're going to render out the fat with the sausage, right? And Michael, if you can, put the shallots in there.
Bam.
So the fat part, getting that fat out.
Exactly, the fat. This is going to go throughout the sauce. So when you're cooking the shallots with the fat, it literally coats the sauce, so you'll have that flavor throughout.
Yep.
Right? So over here, now you got that vodka. Okay. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit.
What you want in there?
That's vodka right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a weird color vodka.
Okay.
There you go. So the key, take a little sip.
Yeah, get all that in there.
So the key to this right here, you have to cook down the vodka. If you don't, your pasta's going to be bitter.
Yeah.
Right?
So let it like fully go.
With that tomato paste.
Get rid of the
tomato paste in there. There we go.
Beautiful. So you work that in, cook that down a little bit, and over here we have the tomatoes that have been cooking with the sausage for about 20 minutes. If you can, add the peas for me.
This is where I love sneaking in a veggie. Yep.
Perfect. And then over here, you could add that cream.
Yes, please.
Because everything's good with cream, right?
Yes, it is.
Delicious. Add that fat. You say over here, you cook that down a little bit.
And through the magic of TV.
And then finally, you mix it together, right?
Yes, exactly. So now you take the pasta. You want to add that in?
Yeah.
I'm
you got the
tasting.
big hands.
I'm
right
here?
Yeah, throw it all in.
Come on, Michael.
Come on, man. And then, guys, always reserve your starch water, your pasta water. This is liquid gold. It brings the whole dish together, right? So you're going to add some.
It tastes so delicious.
And then you're going to take, so now you have the starch, right? So now we're going to add that cheese.
Oh, yeah.
You work all that together.
Gorgeous.
And you take some fresh basil, throw that in
finish it
there.
out.
Always rip it with your hands, don't cut it.
Thank you
I don't know
so
the
much.
science to it, but it makes it look good.
But you guys have been serving up since 1956, okay? What's it like to be the chef at one of the hottest places in New York?
So it's family. I grew up. That's literally my home. I've been there since I was a little kid. I grew up watching my father in the kitchen, and literally whoever walks through that door like you, your family.
Well, it tastes like family. It's delicious.
Like family, guys.
Sam, what?
Alex, crispy what?
Crispy prosciutto.
Oh, crispy prosciutto. Done deal. Chef Alex Marticelli, you're going to be competing in the new season of Tournament of Champions premiering next month. By the way, your show, Alex versus America, I don't miss. The challenge this morning is to give us a twist on carbonara.
Yes. And so with the prosciutto, although we thought we were talking about pancetta.
There's not going to be any left for this.
You got some pancetta and the prosciutto, right?
Yes.
But with the pancetta, you want to get it crispy, but you're saving the grease for later, right?
That's right. So I have pasta water and eggs, just whipped eggs. This is a very humble dish, right? And then I'm going to add all this pancetta and grease in there. We love that,
How can I help?
You can, could you add salt and pepper
Yeah,
in
I
here?
can.
Could you start adding
Like
cheese?
all of this?
You want?
Yes.
Yeah. How much of this goes in?
That's good, that's good.
There we
How
go.
much of this goes in?
Go ahead.
Oh, really?
So this is the sauce. It feels like a cream sauce, but it actually doesn't have cream in it. It's just the pepper, the cheese, the pasta water, and the eggs. You
And
see,
what's this?
we don't need tomatoes or cream or
No,
basil.
because you've got pancetta and
little red wine vinegar.
oh, hello.
There we go.
Yeah, that gives it like a little punchiness. Could you grate some cheese?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then we add the pasta.
Because we need more cheese, Win.
Needs more cheese.
And I'm gonna add more.
Alex, I love you.
Will you mix? Help me mix on that side.
Yeah, I can help you mix.
And then you just literally let this combination of pasta water and cheese and
How's that? How am I doing over here?
perfect. You are an artist.
Alex, for many years, you're like one of my favorite people in the world. And like, why choose a dish like this? What's the flavor that is like, you gotta have this?
I mean, I think it's that pancetta. It's the bacon and eggs of the Italian pasta world. And you just have, it's creamy, but there's no cream. It's got a lot of protein, and it's healthy.
Look at that,
right?
Whit. It's healthy.
I'm going in.
You're going in. Oh my God, I love it.
That's great, Whit.
Come here, yo.
No.
Wow. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Alex, thank you. Dinner with Rebecca and Stephen.
Okay, guys. That was nice. But now let the games begin.
Yeah, let's go.
Because
That's
we're
right.
here with Giorgio Rapicavoli.
Yes.
You are our final chef on our pasta Mission Impossible.
Yes, we are.
And you got a fresh take
We are doing
on
something
pesto.
different. Yes, we are doing something very different.
Yes,
so,
yes.
We are going to make some pesto.
Yes, so
Okay.
starting with
fresh basil.
the basil, yeah.
Okay. instead of pine nuts, we're going cashews.
I like
Really?
that
I was
because
getting
you
ready to ask, why
probably
is
have
that? I
some
was getting ready to ask
cashews.
about that.
Okay, and kind of inspired by like Thai flavors.
Ah.
Some fresh jalapeno as well.
So you're kicking it up a notch.
And a little garlic.
And a little garlic.
Yes, I
And
know
then
you're-
olive oil or no?
We're gonna drizzle that in.
Okay.
So we're gonna give this a little whirl. We're gonna put a little olive oil in there.
How much? How much?
That looks good.
That look good. Okay.
And then we're gonna put some cheese, some Parmigiano.
Beautiful.
We're gonna make a little.
It smells so
emulsion.
good. You can feel, yeah.
Maybe a little bit more oil.
Okay.
All right, that looks gorgeous.
That's a lot more oil.
There you go. Okay, so we got this beautiful sauce. We're gonna mix it with fusilli.
And you can
Or
put this in the
gemelli.
refrigerator, by
Yeah.
the way.
This with what?
These are gemelli or fusilli pasta.
Gemelli.
Okay. Yeah, in the refrigerator, or you know what's a nice little trick too? Ice cube trays, and you can just take out as much as you need at a time.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a dish we serve at Mayfair Grill in Miami. Right in the heart of Coconut Grove. Yeah.
Right in the heart of Coconut Grove in Miami.
Bright and
Beautiful
clean.
space.
Yes. So look, imagine this. You can, if you want some more texture, you can top it with some cashews. I know you're not the biggest Miami Heat fan, but
excuse me, but I'm a fan of Miami.
That we like.
Okay.
Okay, and then a little Parmigiano right on top.
All right.
Get it.
All right. You know.
I also love, I just tried it, it's not spicy. And you could adjust that spice level if you wanted to. More jalapeno, a little less. Oh, leave the seeds
and that'll
in.
really wake you up.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Do I get to taste something?
You get to taste this one right here. Look how beautiful that is.
All right, which one you want me to taste? Right here?
No, taste this guy
This
right
is
here.
a winner right here, you guys.
That's a perfect balance.
This is a winner, Chef Giorgio.
The winner is everybody at home, and we're the winners because thank you, chefs, for accepting our challenge.
This is good.
And Sam, you ate out of that big bowl, and the whole crew was like, you just ruined our lunch. You know, you can get all of these recipes on GoodMorningAmerica.com, and you can see Alex on Alex vs. America Tuesdays on the Food Network, and you can always go to Emilio Gelato, and you can go down to Miami and check out his restaurant as well.
Now with a very special guest, Emmy and Tony Award-winning performer Kristen Chenoweth, the one and only. Yes, she's starring in Broadway's The Queen of Versailles about a billionaire couple that sets out to build the biggest private home in America. It doesn't quite work out in the end, but it's working out for us because we're so happy to have you with us this morning.
So great to see you.
You
Welcome.
Well. I just have to say, y'all are making me real hungry over there.
I know.
You
There's
can have
still
as
some pasta.
Yes, exactly. The part that Sam didn't eat.
Sam.
Yeah.
I would even take Sam's leftovers.
Sure, well, there's plenty of that. Let's talk about this show because you're reuniting with Stephen Schwartz, who wrote Wicked.
Yes.
What was it like to be back together and to be back on Broadway?
Well, he's been threatening for about 25 years to write me my next show, but he actually did it. And being with him is like being with family. You know, we have a shorthand at this point. He was there when I was a baby, and he knows my ways, and I know his ways. And it's been very fun and very loving and like a brother.
It's fun when someone knows your ways and you guys can sort of swim together through those waters. Witt's daughters, by the way, super excited because they are mega Wicked fans. And I'm super excited because I've been following this Jackie Siegel story since the early days of the financial crisis and the big house and all of this money potentially washed away.
Yes.
And she came to see the show.
She did.
What did she say afterwards?
Well, she was so lovely, and I was extremely nervous because, you know, when you're telling someone's story, it's not always becoming. And I didn't want her to be hurt. And I just said, oh, Jackie, and she said, just play the part. And then afterwards, her kids said, man, you got our mom down.
Then you know you did good.
She's a really lovely lady. She's been through a lot.
Yeah.
When this project first came to me, I thought, now how are we going to make a show about billionaires building a big house, a musical? But it's so much more than that, and that's really what we're proud of, is what it has to say.
And it's a fascinating story, too.
Yes.
And I understand some of your co-stars, you have a Pomeranian, a cute dog that's part of this. What's that like?
You don't ever want to work with children or animals, but in this particular case, I've begged my husband, please let me take her home. Her name is Marie Antoinette, and we also have Adam as the understudy.
Oh, okay.
So I love you both.
Adam's just waiting for his chance.
That's right. No favorites, of course.
You also have Wicked for Good.
Yes.
Tell us more about that, and this is coming up this month.
can you believe it? We have the Queen of Versailles and Wicked for Good coming out. And, you know, I have very little to do with that. Those girls are now taking over the roles that Adina and I created, and they are killing it. And I, for one, cannot wait to be at the premiere and support those two lovely, incredible women, and their performances are indelible. We started it, and now it's their turn.
Passing that torch.
Yeah, it's passing the wand. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
And how does that, we talked about, my daughters are huge Wicked fans. They've seen the show a few times. They wanted to come in, but I told them they had to stay in school today. I know, next time. But how does it feel from your perspective to just see this like rejuvenation of energy and excitement related to Wicked?
You know, I get a little emotional when I talk about it, because when you're doing something like that, you do not ever think that it's going to hit like that. I just wanted a show that would have ran. You know, I've been in shows that just open and close. I won a Tony for a show that closed a week later. So the Wicked juggernaut. Last night, in fact, after Queen of Versailles, there was about a little 8 or 9-year-old girl, and she started crying. She goes, "I wanted to meet you my whole life." Wow. And she literally meant her whole life, right? And it touched me so much. And she goes, "I didn't get to see your performance, but I get to see the movies now because we can afford to go to that. And it's why we do it, you know. It's so special.
So special, connecting with different generations.
Yes.
Kristen Chenoweth, thank you so much for coming in. It is great to see you. Congratulations on the show. Again, you can see Kristen starring in The Queen of Versailles now on Broadway. And Kristen and the cast will perform on GMA in January. So we'll look forward to that coming up.
Now, with our friend Stephen A. Smith, it is always a great time when he stops by GMA. Yeah. And Stephen, I mean, we've covered a lot of terrain this morning. But you are working right now on a really important project that is close to your heart. You have been an HBCU ambassador since 2019. Tell us more about the work you're doing.
Well, HBCU Week was founded by Ashley Christopher, who does a wonderful job with that. Since 2019, I've been involved in it, and in that span, we've raised over $120 million in scholarships for over 12,000 students. So it's something that's near and dear to our heart.
Really remarkable.
So we've got the Magic City Classic coming up, you know, in Alabama, and you know, October 24th, October 29th, we're going to be at Delaware State, with Delaware State going up against Norfolk State. Next month, November 20th, we'll be down at Bethune-Cookman when they go against FAMU, the alma mater of the great Will Packer, movie producer extraordinaire, and stuff like that, who's a dear friend of mine. So I'm very, very excited, and I want to take this opportunity to thank Disney, because ever since I walked to Disney in 2019 and asked them to get involved with HBCUs, they've been on from day one. In a nanosecond, they said yes. And the fact that First Take on ESPN has been going on the HBCU tour all of these years, obviously Disney has been a strong, strong supporter of that. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we've been able to do had it not been for Disney. So I just want to thank our company for all the tremendous work it's done.
Yeah, here. Absolutely. And you've been a very busy man. You also have your tour, your live broadcast tour that's coming up. Exactly.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm trying to get where Michael Strahan is at. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be you one day, okay? Yeah. But we got to, first, I'll be doing Monday Night Football Countdown for ESPN November 3rd. We'll be in Dallas. So, because the people of Dallas love me. I know they don't like to admit it, but they have nothing but like Cowboy fans. They love me. Arizona will be visiting the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm coming to town on purpose. I'm looking forward to it.
You want to be more like me?
Yeah,
you kind of are, because they don't like you in Dallas like they don't like me.
But they don't like you because you beat them.
But in all seriousness, thank you. Yes. I went to Texas Southern. That's right. HBCU guys right here on the Scouts together. And, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And, HBCU's got a lot of great talent out there, everybody. Look out for them, okay? And coming up, we're heading back to Tennessee. So you stay right there. We'll be right back with more GMA and Sunday today.
Welcome back. It's time to head back to Tennessee, y'all. Our next stop in our 50 States in 50 Weeks tour across the country as we count down to America's 250th birthday, our 50th, by the way, so we're not too shabby there. Let's go back to Rachel Scott in Volunteer State. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, Sam. Well, I'm still feeling the adrenaline rush here at Rinrock Park, the largest privately owned off-roading park in the country. It's one of the many things that makes Tennessee such a special state, but here are some others. Take a look.
This morning, we're rolling on the river, all the way to Tennessee, home of Tina Turner.
In my Tennessee mountain home.
Dolly Parton.
I said my name is Sue. How do you do?
And even a boy named Sue Johnny Cash. Music's deep roots stretch throughout the volunteer state. From Bristol, the birthplace of country music, to Nashville, the heart of the country recording industry, and to Memphis, where Elvis Presley recorded his first hits. And speaking of Elvis, other than the White House, his Graceland is the second most visited house in the U.S. Tennessee was the 16th state to join the Union, making it official on June 1st, 1796. Today, you can hike the Great Smoky Mountains, the most visited national park in America, before reaching for a refreshing Mountain Dew, the drink created here in the 1940s.
Well, my Thomas does the do.
And 4. Mini golf was patented here in Tennessee, even though the first course was constructed a mile over the border in neighboring Georgia. Our happy place, Tennessee.
Oh, it is our happy place, and these guys are already hitting the road even though it's so early. And guess what? Our 50 states in 50 weeks, it is continuing. Next week, we hit our 17th state, Ohio. And spoiler, guys, there's going to be some animals in store, too.
Okay. Rachel Scott in her happy place. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Hey, we want to thank Rachel and our crew in Tennessee.
And Stephen A. Smith for coming in.
I
appreciate it. Don't miss Saturday GMA with Whit Johnson. Have a great day.